r/ask Reddit. What was a sketchy cheap buy that ended up being one of your best purchases? I bought a fake wood, plastic, mantle clock from Value City for like $10 because I needed something for my first apartment. I received a surprising number of compliments on it and was asked more than once if it was a family heirloom because it looked so old. It also lasted for like 10 years until some movers broke it. I was kind of proud of displaying that stupid cheap clock. To the movers, you broke my family heirloom. Went camping and forgot knives for food prep. Went to local grocery store and bought package of 3 cheap, no name, plastic handle paring knives. Different sizes. Best knives in the history of the planet. They are stud AR learned my main knives. Years later. Are those the kind with the plastic sheath for each knife in different colors? I love them. So sharp and so handy. Great for travel or dorming. I had a knife with a red plastic sheath and a red blade. Nice and sharp too. One day I was cooking. Grabbed the knife out of the drawer and pulled the sheath off. Except, it wasn't in its sheath. The red I saw in my peripheral vision had been the blade itself. Sliced my hand open real good. Fugly sad misshapen potted plants from the grocery store. They just need some love and it's so fun to see them grow. Are you my fiancé? Her room is full of succulents that were half dead and half off. Now they're all comically big and won't stop growing and she's becoming a succulent god. Costco fluffy flannels. It feels like a chinchilla is hugging you and I've had mine for 3 years with no signs of wearing down despite almost daily use in the northeast winters. Kortitsa vodka. Ukrainian vodka is smooth as silk and cheap as dirt. Thanks for the recommendation. Cheap but smooth vodka? This is such an important post. Not my purchase, but still one of the best. My brother gifted me a Snuggie one year for Christmas. I had painstaking track down a bootleg album he wanted and he got me a buy one, get one free Snuggie. I didn't speak to him for weeks. I have routinely used that damn Snuggie for every camping trip I've been on over the last 7 years. And I will tell you it has become the most useful gift I've ever gotten. I bought a button-down shirt from the thrift store in the mid-90s that I still wear today. The shirt is obviously even older. It doesn't have much wear on it either. I think it made of rayon and something else. The brand is Kmart. They don't make them like they used to. I bought a blanket in Mexico in 1986 for $5. I still have it and it is super soft and comfy. It has been abused, washed, etc and it is still in great shape. Does it have a tiger on it? LOL. We bought an Ellis Island boat tour in New York from one of the guys on the streets. We were led into a van and treated extremely well so we weren't immediately sketched out too bad. We don't know New York so we ended up driving 20 minutes through Manhattan by 3 men to an apparently abandoned sketchy dock with no one there. That's when we were convinced we were being scammed or sold into human trafficking. Gave us a post-it note with a number and they said to go around the abandoned factory to the pier and they were waiting for us. So we took our naive tourist ass around the building alone expecting nothing and they would just pull off and scam us. Sure enough we turned the corner and there was a big boat with a bunch of people and it was legit. We had an amazing tour and a lot of fun with free food and drinks. So overall great decision but in hindsight we should have been murdered or at least scammed. Mobile edit. Yes, I rushed the story and misspelled a couple things. I'm leaving Neve, scammed, and all the others just for you guys. At the end of a long road trip with some mates, I bought a $20 pair of sunglasses in a gas station just outside Chicago. They fit me better than any pair of sunglasses ever did, or ever will, and they made me look awesome. For years I constantly received compliments about them and was asked where I got them. I lost them after 5 long years and have hated myself for it ever since. They were so no name they didn't even have a brand name on them at all. So I have no idea who made them. I have no way of finding that gas station either. I've literally spent hundreds of dollars trying to find sunglasses that come close to that same perfect fit style, but I can't. Share a picture of these shades. Ensure someone will be able to identify them. I bought this shirt from a market for $5. Fits so damn well I started using it as my main shirt. You have a main shirt? I risked a huge box of magic cards. I spent around $200. It easily came out around 2k to 3k. This box was just a random pickup on the internet from Craigslist. $17 Target brand boat shoes. I bought them about 6 years ago and just wore them randomly for things like going to the grocery store or running down to my car. Then I found they were great practice shoes for disc golf. They lasted 1.5 years of planting and twisting on concrete before they finally folded. Went back. They've been discontinued for years. RIP. Target continually changes their clothing section, so if you like something, buy multiples because it will be gone or rebranded in like 6 months. A $27 dash cam. Got it off Amazon. Its shaper image included an SD card and was 27 bucks. I thought it was gonna be a waste. It wasn't. I have it on whenever I drive. Turns on automatically. Records automatically. You can turn auto rewrite on or off. Has a high quality camera. Infrared LEDs for nighttime driving. The mounting mechanism works great. Its stab count has never fallen. It's not the best in the world. It's not 4K recording, but it's 1080, high 120 frames per second, and was 27 bucks, when some other can run up into the high hundreds. 10 out of 10 would buy again. 10 out of 10 would gift to someone. Actually works great and was 27 bucks. How much was it? The brand name is $27-cam. Costs $199. $12 rain boots at Value Village. I've thrashed these things living in rural Alaska and they're still totally watertight 2 years later. Cheap is a relative term. In the town where I live, there's a slightly sketchy area. It's not bad, but it's not nice either. There's a pub around the corner, and all the buildings are dirty. There are some council flats nearby, and then there's my flat. An elderly lady had lived in it before, and she'd moved into a nursing home. The flat went up for sale. Few came to the viewings, and of the people who did, nobody wanted to show it the TLC that it sorely needed. It was built in the 1970s, and has been refurbished once in the early 90s. Done details are still original, like the fuse box, which sometimes has fireworks inside it. The floors were covered in an awful carpet, the color of a rotting peach, and the windows were dirty and covered with greasy blinds. It was a piece of work. I got it for cheap, way below my budget, and I spent several weeks doing it up on evenings and weekends. I ripped down grimy old wallpaper and tore up the carpet. I painted the walls and got rid of the blinds. I contracted someone to do the bathroom and floors for me. Now it's a mid-century modern type flat with a touch of Scandinavian minimalism. It was a sketchy, cheap, but definitely my best buy to date. Too long didn't read. TLC turned sketchy to great. Seed packets from the dollar store. While in college my boyfriend and I were broke. Really broke. But I still wanted to do something to celebrate spring. We were getting a few cheap bings at the dollar store when I noticed they were selling these seeds packets from a big old bin that you had to dig through. 4 for $1. No tax. I immediately begged to buy one despite our strict budget. Boyfriend was incredulous I'd want to buy sketchy seeds but dutifully handed me a quarter. I ended up picking out tomatoes. Well, we got home and I carefully placed about 3 seeds in washed out cans. I watered them and watched them sprout. I loved tending to my little garden. I ended up with 3 beautiful huge tomato plants. It was a bumper crop, more than we could eat. I sold the extra produce to my classmates. Made like $25. Good seeds. I drive cars so old they all still have tape decks. I bought this fake cassette tape with a headphone style plug that comes off it. You put the tape in the player just like it was a cassette and plug the jack into your phone and it uses the car's speaker system as an external speaker for the phone. I was so skeptical of it working because it was all of $5 and I've been using it at least 10 years and it works perfectly and beautifully. Plus bonus side eye every time I pull it out to use it with someone new in the car. I bought a jailbroken fire stick last year for $100. 12ish months later I've cut out my Direxv and strictly use the fire stick. That thing has saved me close $1,000 so far. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.